this is Delia from Delia Creates. Today we are crocheting a granny square tote bag. To begin, choose worsted weight yarn in 9 different colors. I find that cheaper acrylic yarn works best. Then divide each skein into 4 equal balls so that you can crochet with 4 strands at a time. This is what lends the bag its sturdiness. There's no wrong way to wind a ball as long as you keep it loose. We don't want to constantly stretch the yarn. If your yarn is squishable at the end, you've done it right. You can wind each ball by weight, or if you don't have a scale, eyeballing it by size works just fine as well. Just as a warning, you may be tempted to skip rolling the last ball, but this will make pulling the yarn clunkier and more prone to tangles later. Divide and roll 8 of the 9 colors. The last one will make up the outer edge, sides, and handle, so we need more of it. I rolled each skein into its own ball. Now that you have 4 balls, combine the ends into one. We will be using a 9mm hook. Tie a slip knot with your first color and chain 4. Working with 4 strands can be tricky. To make sure you don't miss or tangle any strands, it helps to work slowly. If you see me working fast, it's just editing to not drag out the video too long. Once you have 4 chains, slip stitch into the first chain to form a circle. We will be working our granny square stitches into that circle. To start the round, work a standing single crochet, insert your hook into the circle, yarn over and pull through. You should have 2 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through both loops. If you're wondering why we are starting with a standing single crochet instead of a chain here, it's because it creates less gaps. Then chain 1, this single crochet plus chain will count as our first double crochet stitch. Now we will be working mostly double crochet stitches. Work 2 more for a total of 3 double crochets in this cluster. If you need a double crochet refresher, yarn over, insert your hook into the center space, yarn over and pull through. You should have 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops. Yarn over, pull through the last 2 loops. That's a double crochet. Now that you have 3 double crochet, we're going to create a corner in our granny square by chaining 2. Then work another cluster of 3 double crochet stitches. Chain 2 again, and then work another cluster of 3 double crochets. You get the idea. Work 2 more chains and 1 more cluster of 3 double crochet. Finish off this granny square with 1 more corner of 2 chains, then slip stitch into the chain from the single crochet chain combo from the beginning. To slip stitch, insert your hook into the top of the chain, yarn over, pull through the chain and the loop on your hook. Round 1 of your granny square is done. Cut a 3 to 4 inch tail and pull it through to tie off your ends. No need to knot them. As we weave in the tails, we will weave each strand through the start and end points to make the square secure. Then weave each strand of each tail through the stitches for 1 to 2 inches, disguising them as you go, then trim off the excess. This project requires a lot of weaving in, but it's an important step in making everything secure. Now you're ready for your next color. Pulling the 4 strands together, give yourself plenty of slack, tie a new slip knot, find where you tied off the ends in the previous color, and move to a new corner. We're going to attach the yarn here with the standing double crochet. Hold the slip knot at the base of your hook with your yarn hand, yarn over, and hold it in place with the index finger of your hook hand. Insert your hook into the new corner, yarn over, and pull through. You should have 3 loops on your hook, but be careful those loops are not yet secured. Hold it with your yarn hand while completing the double crochet stitch. Pulling through 1 loop at a time can help you avoid skipping or twisting strands. The first standing double crochet is tricky, but it gets easier after this. You now have a double crochet that looks cleaner than if you started with chains. Now work 2 more double crochet for a total of 3. Then chain 2 to turn the corner and work a cluster of 3 more double crochets. To work over the 3 double crochet cluster from the previous round, chain 1, and then work another cluster of 3 double crochets in the next corner space. To create another corner like before, chain 2 and work another cluster of 3 double crochets in the same space. Continue this pattern for the rest of the round. The formula is the same throughout. Each corner space has 3 double crochets, 2 chains, 3 double crochets, and then each cluster on the sides is skipped over with 1 chain. To finish the round, instead of chaining 1 over the 3 double crochet cluster, slip stitch right into the standing double crochet. This is because the standing double crochet has a little extra loop hanging off the side and can count as the chain. Cut and tie off the ends as you did the previous round, then weave in the ends. Now add a new color as you did the round before with the standing double crochet in a new corner. Work this round like you did the previous one. The only difference is that the sides now have a chain space to work another 3 double crochet cluster into. Chain 1 and then work 3 double crochet into that chain space. Then chain 1 over the next 3 double crochet cluster and complete the next corner as normal. At this point, you don't really need to follow a pattern, you just need to follow the formula. Whenever you get to a corner, work 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet, chain 1 to cross a cluster, and work 3 double crochet into the chain spaces on the sides. At the end of the round, remember, don't chain, just slip stitch to the standing double crochet from the beginning. Continue this formula with each new color, increase the number of clusters worked on each side, then tie off the ends and weave them in. Repeat this process for a total of 8 colors or rounds. Once your sides are longer, you can also attach the next color on a side rather than a corner if you like. Your first granny square is complete. Make one more for the other side of your tote. You can make them the same. I decided to switch up the color order for fun. Now you're ready for the main color. We will be working in each stitch this time, so you can start in a space or in a stitch, attach with a standing double crochet, and then work a double crochet in each stitch. So for each cluster, working in the top 2 loops, double crochet into the top of each, taking care not to miss that 3rd stitch, which kind of merges into the chain next to it. Then work 1 double crochet into the chain space, and then continue until you get to a corner. To make this turn without causing any puckering, we need to work 5 double crochet into this corner space. The top 2 loops of the next stitch will likely get lost under those corner stitches. You may need to pull them back to work your next stitch. When you get to the end of the round, slip stitch to the standing double crochet from the beginning. This time, don't tie off. We're going to work another round of single crochet this time. Normally I would start with a chain, but we are going to go right into single crochets to reduce holes and gaps. When you get to the 5 double crochets at the corner, work a single crochet into the first one, then work 2 single crochets together in the next one, work 2 single crochet in each for the next 2 stitches, then work a single crochet into the last of the 5 double crochet stitches. This equals 8 single crochet at this corner. Now pick a side, any side that you didn't start the round on, to form a handle. Work 8 single crochet after completing a corner. On that 8th single crochet, chain away from the round tightly 50 times. The chains will get stretched out some when we go over it again with single crochet later in the pattern. Count 8 stitches over from the corner and single crochet into that stitch to attach the other side of the handle. Then continue single crocheting to finish the round. The first single crochet in the round is going to blend in a little, so keep a sharp eye out for it, then slip stitch to the first single crochet. Tie off the ends and weave them in, repeat for the other granny square, and now we're ready to make the side and bottom strip. Using the main color, tie a slip knot and chain 8. The last chain will turn as we work a single crochet into the second chain from the hook. Work a single crochet into each chain for a total of 7 single crochet. The skip chain from the beginning does not count as a stitch. To start the next row, chain 1, turn, single crochet in each stitch. When you get to the last stitch, you have the top 2 loops of the last single crochet and the chain. Normally I recommend working in the side of the chain, but this hook is too thick. Ignore the chain and work in the top 2 loops. The sides will still come out nice and straight. Continue working rows of 7 single crochet for a total of 119 rows. Tie off the ends. You can weave them in now or later. I chose later. This single crochet strip should match up to the sides and bottom of the granny square pieces. We are going to seam the strip to the granny squares, this time using just 2 strands of yarn and a 5mm hook. Tie a slip knot, insert the hook through one corner of the strip and into the corner of the granny square. Of the 2 single crochet together stitches at the corner, work in the top of the middle one. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through both loops on the hook to complete a single crochet. The first one is kind of tricky, then single crochet matching the side of each row with each stitch around the perimeter of the granny square. Tie off the end and then attach the other granny square to the single crochet strip in the same way. Good job! The bag is almost done. We are going to work a round of single crochet around the top and the handles of the bag. Back to using 4 strands and a 9mm hook again. Tie a slip knot. Work a standing single crochet into one of the top corners of the bag. Single crochet into each stitch, working over the corners to smooth them out. When you get to a handle, work into the single crochet at the base of the handle and then single crochet around the chain handle 50 times, stretching the single crochets out as you go. Make sure the single crochet stitches stretch to the other side of the handle and then single crochet into the base of the other side. Single crochet around to the other handle and repeat the process. When you make it back to where you started, slip stitch to the first single crochet, tie off the ends, and now it's time to weave in all the remaining ends. And that's it! You have a nice, sturdy 4-strand granny square crochet tote. For more tutorials and patterns, visit deliacreates.com.